How y'all doing today? My name's Ayin, and today's topic of discussion is going to be it's who you are. It's who you are. What I'm thinking about when I'm thinking about it's who you are, what makes up you? This is how other people see you. This is how you're essentially defined. And the way that you're defined is by your words and your actions. And what brought me to this topic of wanting to break this down, to kind of expound on this a little bit, is I think about when people are trying to maybe perhaps bring something to you, persuade you into doing something, for better or worse, whatever the case may be, or enlighten you on something, and they basically try to preface whatever they're coming to you with the knowing that you're going to look at their actions, whatever they're doing, their conduct, and say, wait a minute, this doesn't match up with what you're telling me. So they try to excuse that away by saying, well, don't worry about what I'm doing, or, I'm working on that. But what I'm trying to tell you is this. To that, I say, shouldn't you be working on that yourself? There's no need in trying to justify away or excuse away whatever you're deeming unacceptable and you feel may detract from the message that you're trying to get across. Shouldn't you be working on you? Because whatever you're doing or not doing, or however you're lacking in whatever it is that you're trying to get across, it's you. So it comes across as, not genuine with the message that you're giving, because it's just like, well, I don't know how much validity I can give to this message because you're not applying it. So basically, you're like wasting my time because you haven't even figured it out. So since you haven't figured it out, and I see you backsliding more so than I see you progressing, then, what are you wasting my time for? I'm going to take another stance on it. I've said in other videos where I feel that I'm pretty jovial. I'm a pretty lighthearted person about 90% of the time. 90% of the time. I'd say more so 90% of the time. 10% of the time, Ayin needs Ayin time. It might not necessarily be anything going wrong, but I'm just not prepared to engage with others or do things that Ayin doesn't want to do. Ayin wants to have Ayin time. All of us are like that. We need our alone time. We need our moment to just focus on us. You do that a lot more than that 10% that I'm just allowing. But I'm just saying, with that 10%, I'm doing some give and take to where, maybe if I'm overly involved when I'm in that 10% zone or that 10% area, you might not be getting the best of me. Might not be the most, I'll just say I might not be at my best. That's the reason why I've already sliced out that piece of the pie to kind of use it for fine to get back to being who I'm striving to be. But the thing is, even though I say that I'm, jovial and outgoing for that 80-90% of the time, that other 10%, that's still me. Now, here's the deal with that. Anybody who knows Ayin, and they know that I have my downs with my ups, they would know, hey, Ayin, dealing with him generally about 80-90% of the time, he is lighthearted. He is what he's saying. Because I'm not perfect. So, 10%, give or take, and he's having this moment. If I catch him on that day and he, constructively excuses himself from, a conversation or just, results in going back to being Ayin, he's not like that all the time. That's not the vibe that I get from Ayin all the time. But both of those actions are still me. It's no need in me trying to say, well, disregard this because this is not really me. No, it's all me. I embrace all, the good and the bad. And those are my actions. But the point of this video is, and saying it's all you, your words and your actions, don't try to excuse away your actions when you're doing something that you're trying to work on, or you're trying to enlighten somebody else and you're trying to excuse away unbecoming behaviors and saying, well, that's not really me, or don't do what, I'm saying. No, just work on you. Be the example. Because the thing is, everything that you're doing is all you. Yeah, sometimes, I'm pulled out of my character. And what I mean by pulled out of my character, that 90% that I would like to be in, I would like to strive for that to be a full 100%. It's not realistic. Nobody's up or on all the time. You're just not. You're just not. But what I do try to strive for is having 100% with those interactions that I'm having with people. That's when knowing that I need to be in I zone at this point in time. I need some more time. Or I'm not really feeling this, interaction, so I'll leave that for another day. That's me knowing my shortcomings, so I can be at my best when dealing with people. Not me trying to be in somebody's face 100% of the time, knowing that I only got, 90% of, the smile to give to them. That's all fine and good, being like that at home, because at home, the people in your circle, in your household, they're going to see all of you. Everything is you. Everything is you. You have to take ownership of everything about you. Embrace the good and the bad. And like I said before, it's the same thing with strengths and weaknesses. When you embrace the good with the bad, you know the things that you need to work on. And to go back to something that I said earlier in the video, when I said when someone's trying to get something across to you, or they're trying to make some sort of point to you, and then, it would disregard on what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing is, not right, but I'm telling you, it just makes me think, well, shouldn't you be working on you some more? And I'm not saying that I'm writing off your advice, because you can learn something from anybody. But it's just like, I'm looking at it from the standpoint of be the example. The proof is in the pudding. You can show me more through you doing. Okay, I might take what you're saying and swirl it around in my head a little bit, but I'm still observing everything that you're doing, just like other people are doing with me. It's all of who you are, your words and your actions. That's the reason why I talk on this channel about trying to take ownership of your words, trying to stand behind the things that you say, trying to be the best you that you could be all the time, and knowing when you're not at your best, how you can recoup and get that best to come back out of you. And part of that, learning how to remain in a healthy space and a healthy zone up for yourself, is knowing what things bring you out of your normal character, the place that you would like to be, and put you in low spots. Knowing how to perhaps sweeten the interactions, or let some breathing room take place between those interactions that tend to become unhealthy or less than desirable. Recognize what you're in. Recognize who you are. Recognize the people that you're dealing with. It's all you. It only comes down to two things, just like what I said with this video. Your words and your actions. They're both you. Own them. That's all I'm saying. It's my 2 cents on it. If you like more encouraging, upbeat discussions like this, click on that subscribe button. Follow me on my other social media, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. I'm on YouTube, obviously. Click the link in the description box. You can check out my book that I've written, I Am Kilimanjaro's The Arithmetic of Family Communication. I'll leave a link in the description box. You can get the book in an ebook or paperback copy. In the meantime, stay encouraged, avoid being discouraged. I'm Aim. You have a good one.